It's important because we are 50% of the population. And what we see, and I'm sure so many people in this room will have experienced it, is that when you only have men at the table, what happens is you get a closed culture, and then anybody who's getting any opportunities tends to be a man. And so it's really important that women are represented and that all of our expertise is available, because this country is facing challenges. And whether it's politics, and we've seen that around the world is becoming more divided, whether it's what's happening in terms of global economics, defence, any of these issues, technology, we need the very best people in the population to be able to address these challenges. And that's why I think this agenda is so important.
When I came in 2015, there wasn't an all-party Women in Parliament all-party group. It was the first time we had the Select Committee for Women and Equalities. Just drink that in. 2015 was the first time we had the Women and Equality Select Committee. So the first time we could actually examine, what matters to not far off 52% of the population, and of course those people who need our voices. And that's what you are as a Member of Parliament. You are the voice for the voiceless. You are the person that people can find in the community. And most importantly, MP stands for most persistent, which generally is exactly what women are. So thank you so much to 50/50 Parliament, and it's a real testament to us getting back, having this new King's Speech, and of course there's 50/50 in the diary, so that's really, really important.
We're here today to talk about breaking down the barriers to get women into politics, but breaking down barriers in all areas of life to encourage more participation from people who are not used to being invited to participate. And that is just as important in Parliament as it is for our economy as a whole. Let's get people back back off our NHS waiting list and back into the workforce. Let's get people to find the funding they need for their business idea. Let's get people to take those steps that they want to take but are feeling held back. And I just think there are so many opportunities, and an opportunity now with a new government in a new Parliament to really reach out to all sorts of people right across the country and say, now's your chance. Come on, let's do this.
It's not only possible to have children and a career, but the wanting to be both a mother and to have ambitions and your own dreams is not something to be ashamed of. It's something we should all absolutely be celebrating. And that message clearly resonated with me, because when I got pushed out of my job for daring to procreate, I set up a charity called Pregnant and Screwed to try and help women who experience that type of discrimination, but to remove the barriers to work for women. And so for all the new MPs that are standing in this room, I really hope that that message also resonates with you, and that you are keen to work with organisations like ours to make that dream a reality, because it isn't a reality for so many women, that they can fulfil their dreams and they can be mothers.
And there is a feeling, and I think this is a feeling that all women can share, of being a bit overwhelmed. Of being a bit overwhelmed, whether it's your inbox piling up, whether it's the expectations of your constituents, or whether it's just the millions of people trying to get a bit of your time, or whether it's just everything being new. And I think every woman can relate to that, and it's no different. And what is getting me through is the women who are supporting me, the women both in the Labour Party and in other parties who are supporting each other. I mean, Sarah mentioned how many new MPs there are, and for me that brings a really big opportunity for culture change. And that's what me and the other women in the Labour Party have been talking about. This is our opportunity. This is our opportunity to make sure that Parliament is accessible for everyone. This is our opportunity to make sure that everyone can contribute to our politics. And I am only here because other women encouraged me. Other women asked me to stand, which is why the 50/50 campaign is so important.
This election has delivered an outstanding result for women's representation across Parliament, an almost gender balanced cabinet, and our first female Chancellor. Yay! It is a really exciting time. Feminist organisations are sometimes accused of over-celebrating successes, and 50-50 is very mindful that it's taken over 100 years to get to 41%. A gender-balanced Parliament is now in reach, but we are keenly aware that in this last election, the percentage of women candidates dropped. And some women were forced to endure a pretty terrible campaign to get here. And so the fight continues. We are more determined than ever to push for 50-50 representation across our elected bodies, and we hope that you will join us in this endeavour.